From the start of his life, Genghis Khan was born into a nomadic tribe in present-day Mongolia. His upbringing was all but peaceful. He grew up in a world of excessive violence, kidnapping, murder, and enslavement. This was all normal in the nomadic Mongolian tribe area. He was formally uneducated and never received a proper modern education. He was a son in an outcast family that was left to die by his tribe in the Mongolian steppes. Instead of falling victim to this life that had been placed onto him, he was resilient. While a child, he murdered his older half-brother. He was kidnapped, he was enslaved, and he was able to escape this enslavement from a rival clan. All showing signs of survival instincts and a severe hunger for power from early on, as his older brother had influenced his ability to properly gain power in his life. As he started to act on his hunger for power, he started conquering every Mongolian tribe, every Mongolian nomadic tribe on the Mongolian steppe. In his later years, as he progressed his empire, he progressed his victories himself across the Gobi River and the Yellow River into China, and across Afghanistan, the Afghan mountains, to the Indus River. After his death, his family had continued his conquest and remembered his virtues and essentially continued the Mongolian Empire, continued after the Great Khan had died. A few feats that place Genghis Khan into a league of his own as a unique historical figure would be his militaristic development and strategy. He used psychological warfare to present the enemies with two options. You can either surrender, or you can struggle, and then you will end up surrendering to me. And then, of course, if you don't surrender, all of you will die. Genghis employed his use of gunpowder weaponry, trebuchets, catapults, bombs, cannons, and other modern weapons at the time, such as swords, bows, shields. He employed horses into combat as well. He used unique tactics in warfare, such as catapulting bodies or corpses that were diseased over walls to siege places that were harder to get into for himself, which was unique at the time and had never been used. Secondly, Genghis was extremely tolerant of diversity inside of his empire. He was tolerant of religious differences, class differences, racial differences, essentially everything. Everyone was treated with respect under Genghis Khan. He only asked that people respect his rule and reign. In general, people were usually only forced to give weaponry and food for his armies from the places that he had conquered as like taxes for his empire. You got a relatively good life under him. He did not allow kidnapping, murder, enslavement, or any other heinous crimes. Thirdly, he connected the East to the West. He allowed people in Europe to know of China, and he allowed China to know of Europe. Genghis Khan and his army were often made out to be bloodthirsty barbarians and a savage horde that lusted for gold, women, and blood by modern books and films. It's seemingly the opposite, shown in the Canterbury Tales by Chaucer, where he's in utter awe of his accomplishment and innovation throughout his lifetime. There isn't much evidence on the Mongols themselves besides the evidence that came from their enemies. They wrote the narrative. It is difficult to form a balanced opinion and perspective on Genghis Khan because all of their work remains secret. Scholars from all modern European countries are still trying to figure out data on him. We have to rely on everything that came from their enemies that had to go over and go against this overwhelming military force.